Hello everyone. Today I will be talking about part 2 of my exploration of physics, collisions, and objects in Unity. Today I made a simple 2-player Pong game where there will be a ball bouncing back and forth, and there will be paddles that you can control in order to make sure that the ball doesn't hit your goal over here. Let's see it in action. So the red paddle is moved via WASD, and the blue paddle is moved via the arrow keys. And the ball does bounce off of them, and then so we can just play like this. And then once it passes here, you see player 2 scored a goal. Now obviously this was a crushing defeat for player 1. Let's say player 1 just wanted to practice on its own, so he never had to feel this feeling of shame and guilt that he's feeling right now for losing. Well, all we have to do is disable the trigger function on this wall and move it in closer. We save the scene and we can run it again. And now you have a 1-player Pong. All you have to do is just make sure that the ball doesn't hit the wall. Since we disabled the trigger function, the ball will not go through the wall, but instead will just bounce off of it like normal. How did this work? Well, the bat movement is basically from I used input.getKey, so for the up arrow, down arrow, right arrow, left arrow, I translated my transform vector3.up in terms of time.delta time by a multiply of 7 in the term of space.world. Also put boundaries over here by our transform.position for y and z to make sure that the bat didn't go out of bounds. I did the same thing for player 1, only I used WASD, but I did the same boundaries, used the same vector3.up, and used the same multiplier, so there would be no accusations of cheating or favoritism, because there wasn't. The one thing that I changed for the ball was the on-trigger enter function. You saw back here that I changed that in the 2-player game, these two obstacles are triggers. So what that means is that whenever the ball hits the trigger, it'll come to on-trigger enter. And so what I'll check is that if our transform.z is greater than 21, that means that the ball went through this obstacle over here, and that player 1 scored a goal. Otherwise, you can tell that player 2 scored a goal. So that's a very convenient way to tell what obstacles are collidable and which obstacles something special should happen. Because like on collision enter is when like the ball hits the paddle or something. On trigger enter is where the ball hits the obstacles over here. That's all I have for today. Make sure to check out my channel to follow up on the next portions of what I will be doing. Make sure to also like, subscribe, and comment if you want to see anything in particular, and I'll see what I can do. Thank you.